Sunday lunch eating fish head. Ladies and gentlemen, my daughter. Hello, good morning. Hi, you're watching gregsbigeats and it's a Wednesday morning, 9:30 a.m. I'm here at a new eatery called Great Nanyang, which is kind of like a retro kopitiam of sorts. It just opened in August of this year and it's the current hot favourite in town. Every influencer and mainstream food media has covered it to death, and including me now. And I could talk about all the dishes that they offer, but for that you can just Google the menu reviews that are out there and just read them. What I want to focus on in this video is one dish in particular, their kaya toast set. Because after tasting it, I'm inclined to say that it is possibly the best kopi kaya toast set that you can buy in Singapore, provided that they can maintain the same standard in the long run. You see, this eatery is brand new, and in my experience, the quality of new eateries tend to fluctuate a lot. It is only after a year or two that the quality of a food establishment stabilizes. Then you can properly rate the food for the long run. But first, a little background about this eatery. Great Nanyang is the brainchild of 39-year-old F&B entrepreneur Keith Kang. Born in Penang, Malaysia, he moved to Singapore in 2007. Worked as an electrical component buyer for a decade before entering the F&B scene. Fast forward to today, and he now runs 3 kopitiams called Hoki Coffee Shop, located in Bukit Merah, Bishan and Ubi. And he runs 2 seafood zi char outlets within those coffee shops called Yang Ming Seafood, which are pretty popular with the crowd. So as I said, Great Nanyang is a brand new F&B concept which opened in August of this year and is basically attempting to recreate the golden age of kopitiam culture of the 1950s and 60s in Singapore and Malaysia. So the decor is very kitsch and retro with vintage records and vintage photographs on the walls and old school metal grills, coffee shop tables and chairs, and even, look at this, you see? You know, old school chopsticks and chopstick holders, and very cute lah. And they have dishes like Malaysian nasi kukus, which is kind of like similar to nasi lemak, dry mee siam, Hainanese chicken cutlet, Penang prawn mee, Assam laksa, and some zi char dishes like moonlight hor fun, mee goreng, and ha cheong kai, prawn paste chicken wings. So because it's the hot new eatery right now, it's incredibly popular with the crowd on weekends and even on weekdays. Today it's about half full. And on a Wednesday work day, it's not bad, no? So come, let's place an order. Now, before I jump into the rest of the video, first a word from our sponsor, Surfshark VPN. So if you don't know what a VPN is, it's basically a service that protects you while you're using the internet. It stops unwanted data collection, blocks malware, and secures your browsing. But best of all, you can get access to more shows and videos on Netflix and Disney+. So if you don't know by now, streaming services in Singapore like Netflix only have a restricted number of shows and movies on it. But there is so much more content on Netflix in other countries. Unfortunately, you can't access that content. But with a VPN, you can. Just switch over to a different country and it will seem that you are watching Netflix from the USA, the UK, or anywhere else in the world. So if you're interested, you can use my coupon code gregsbigeats, and that will get you an exclusive deal with 3 months free upon purchasing a 2-year plan. You get to try it out for 30 days, and if you don't like it for any reason, there's a money-back guarantee. I have a link in the description box below, and now back to the review. So you have to use the app to order. Okay, I got it here. And like many modern kopitiam concepts that expand on the kopi kaya toast theme, they actually have a whole range of breakfast items. Let's see what they have for breakfast. So we go to the toast section. So as you can see, there's like a whole bunch of breakfast items, you know. So there's like tuna mayo toast, there's egg mayo toast, egg cheese toast, cheesy ham toast, and butter sugar, garlic toast, polo pao, peanut butter, soft-boiled egg thick toast, and luncheon meat, and plain toast. They have got chili paste chicken floss thick toast, So they do offer floss, but it's only chicken floss, not pork floss. They don't actually use any pork or lard inside the cooking here. Presumably it is to attract a Muslim clientele lah. But that's just a guess. But FYI, the eatery is not halal certified. But anyway, that's beside the point, because what we want is the kaya toast. So ordering one kaya toast, choose traditional toast. Is this for takeaway? No. Okay, so add. Then we want some soft boiled eggs. There we go, soft boiled eggs over there. And some coffee. Beverages. Where is it? Ah, there we go. Hot kopi. Okay, I'm just gonna choose a kopi O, okay? So I'm ordering it black with no milk or sugar, and I'm ordering it thick cow. Okay, and okay, it's quite expensive, it's about 7 something. Let's see if I can order it as a set. Kaya toast, make it a set meal. Traditional toast, choice of meal drink, hot kopi, no sugar, cow. There we go, okay. So if you order it a la carte individually, it's going to cost 7 something. But if you order it as a set, right, it's $5.94. And before this filming, I went over to a few Yakun Toast outlets to check the price. And I filmed the price of the same toast set at a Yakun Toast outlet at People's Park Centre. That's the price. And as you can see, right, the Kaya Toast set here is only a few cents more than at Yakun. So that's quite competitively priced. Okay, so I'm placing my order. Okay, done. Alright. Okay, so I've placed my order. So now we have to wait. 你有那个导游吗？
是这种吗？
这种谢谢。谢谢。Okay, I'm gonna crack the eggs first. Okay, so what I have here is an order of their Kaya Toast set. And I feel that among all the dishes that they offer here, this is the one that is the most impressive. So first, looking at the Kaya Toast itself. And look at that, see, they give you a super thick pad of butter. And when you open the bread, this is the amount of butter inside lah. And in comparison, this is what you get at Yakun. At Yakun, the butter is thinner, so you get less butter, but it's not unreasonably so lah. And if you taste the butter itself, right? Yeah. It's proper butter that is salted lah. It's SCS butter. And I asked Keith why he opted for a thicker pad of butter. And he said that it's because he wanted the toast to have more koukan, more of a mouthfeel, which the butter does provide. And the kaya itself, the kaya is browner in color, it's got an earthier taste, and it's not so sweet. I can taste maybe a bit of gula melaka inside and maybe a slightly eggier flavor. Apparently it's Malaysian style, so there's no pandan inside, and it's sourced from a small business in Johor, Malaysia. As for the bread, it's traditional white bread from a local supplier, and they give you 2 full slices lah. At Yakun, they cut a single slice into half so that when it's toasted, it's drier and crispier and thinner. But tasting the bread here, yep, it's still dry and crispy, but it's got a little bit more springiness lah, which is very nice in its own way lah. And eating it together, and for me, this is the perfect kaya toast lah. Because I prefer it more buttery and less sweet. But I know there are people out there who like it the other way around. A bit sweeter and less buttery. So bear that in mind. And the bread, well, there are times when I like it like this, springier. But there are also times when I do enjoy the crispy Yakun version. Health-wise, I do like Great Nanyang's version because it's healthier. More butter, more good fats, and it's less sweet. If you like more of a bread feel, you can order the thick toast, which is just as nice. It doesn't get overly bready, and you can still taste the generous butter and light kaya. And check out the other side, there's even more butter over here. The other highlight are the soft boiled eggs, which are what really won me over. Now, I'm going to break into the yolk. See how orange it is. Look at that. So these are eggs from kampung chickens. I've already talked about the differences between factory farm chickens and kampung chickens in my soy chicken vlog lah. And you can watch it here, I think here or here, either one of those sites lah. But very quickly, kampung chickens refer to the kampung chicken breed that is found in Southeast Asia. And the chickens are typically allowed to run free for only part of their life in modernized closed house farms, so their legs and bodies tend to be stronger. Kampung chickens are also grown with very little antibiotics or chemical growth promoters. As for the eggs, the yolks have a different color to them. It has a deep orange yolk color. There is speculation that this is possibly due to the chickens being allowed to run free for part of their life and or because their diet is a little bit different. But no one actually knows for sure what contributes to the orangier yolk lah, So for reference, here is the color of the yolk of the soft-boiled eggs from Yakun Toast, which uses normal factory farm eggs and it's a lighter pale yellow yolk. So tasting the kampung eggs here lah, okay? The yolk. God. Now this is fantastic. Compared to factory farm eggs, right, the taste is distinctly richer, more intense and eggier. But here's the key. The taste difference is especially apparent when you eat the soft-boiled eggs on their own, naked. This is something I learned from my kids lah, because they will always never add any light or dark soy sauce. They say the eggs are naturally salty. And I didn't believe them for a year or two lah, until I actually tried it. And yes, there is a natural saltiness in eggs. And actually you get the maximum flavour of eggs when you eat them plain with its inherent light natural saltiness. Any light soy sauce or dark soy sauce that you add makes it saltier, but it unfortunately buries the eggy flavour. And the more you add, the more it buries the flavour. Not that it's a bad thing, it's just a different taste. I'm just highlighting the fact that soft-boiled eggs on its own can taste just as good, and that it's not necessarily a plus to add soy sauce. Again, I've said this in previous vlogs that for many decisions in life or many things in life, it's not a case of better or worse. It's just a matter of trade-offs. So apparently the eggs are from a kampung chicken egg farm in Johor, Malaysia, and the cost of these kampung eggs are easily twice that of normal eggs. But if it's twice the cost, does it taste twice as good? And to be honest, it does taste better, significantly better, but probably not twice better. Which probably explains why most kopi kaya toast stalls stick to normal factory farm chicken eggs. Because it captures about 70% of the taste maybe. But for you, the consumer, you're only paying a few cents more than what you would pay for at Yakun. So this is actually better value for you. As for the nutritional aspect of kampung eggs, there isn't much information comparing normal factory chicken eggs to kampung chicken eggs. There are websites claiming that there is, and there are websites claiming that there isn't. What is certain is that if the chickens are reared free range or allowed to run free for the majority of their lives, then for sure there is a better nutritional profile to every egg. More vitamin D, vitamin A and B complex vitamins. There's also more riboflavin, selenium and choline. But the problem is that we don't know if there is a better nutritional profile in kampung chicken eggs. Because the farming practices in kampung chicken farms, they are not standardized. So some farms might do free range, some farms might do partly free range, and some farms just coop up the kampung chickens indoors for all of their lives. And you can't really tell by the color of the yolk either. An orange yolk could just mean that the chickens are fed a different diet to make the yolks more orange. But at least for this farm that supplies Great Nanyang, right, there's definitely a distinct eggier and richer taste of the eggs So that's an encouraging thought. So if you decide that you want to add soy sauce, this is what they give you. First, the dark soy sauce. The dark soy sauce they give here is likely the Malaysian caramel sauce but I'm not 100% sure It's earthy, thick, a bit sweeter in flavour, At Yakun, it's not as thick, less earthy, and also there isn't any sweetness. And I know many who will appreciate the fact that the dark soy sauce is not sweet lah. And the light soy sauce? Well, it's a bit much. Nicely thick and salty but not overly so. Very nice. And now for the coffee. Quite thick, as you can see. Okay. Nicely thick with a hint of sourness. If you order the normal version, it will be a bit thin. That's why I order it thick lah. Apparently the coffee is from a local supplier and it's a mix of mainly local Nanyang beans and a bit of western beans lah, to bring out the potency. They also have 2 other drinks which are actually quite noteworthy lah. They are coconut coffee, which is chilled coconut milk with strong coffee. It's not too sweet as well. And their hokasai, which is their version of mocha. Coffee with chocolate, and it's very thick and you can customize the sweetness lah. Okay, finished. I'm gonna quietly sip my coffee while I do the conclusion lah. So that was a look at Great Nanyang's Kopi Kaya Toast, and I do feel that this is really the best Kopi Kaya Toast that I've tasted. But would I travel half across Singapore to eat here? Most definitely. I didn't talk about the dishes, but they are well executed, and the Kaya Toast set is really worth ordering lah, you know, especially for the kampung eggs. Again, there are caveats. Firstly, it is incredibly crowded here. So good luck to you, okay? Today, if you come on a weekday morning, it seems alright now. So, secondly, I hope that the standard continues to be like this for the long run. Because with new eateries, you never know lah. That's the problem. Thirdly, I also hope that Keith will continue to get a stable supply of kampung eggs for this kopitiam. Because according to Keith, the kampung egg production for this farm, for his one outlet, is already the farm's max output. He gets about 300 to 400 eggs just for the weekend alone for this kopitiam. So if Keith decides to open another Great Nanyang outlet in the future, he will have to source kampung eggs from another farm. And that might be quite problematic lah. The main reason is because kampung chickens don't produce as many eggs as factory farm chickens, which explains why the eggs cost twice the price. So I guess that explains why we can't stick to just kampung chicken eggs and that we need to rely on modern factory farm egg production. Why? Because there is just simply too much demand for eggs and kampung chicken farms are not going to be able to meet that demand. So that's why we have an abundant supply of factory farm eggs, but unfortunately it's factory farm eggs that don't taste as good as they should. A pity, but that's the realities of life, unfortunately. So thanks for watching another episode of gregsbigeats. If you liked this video, give it a like, subscribe and comment below and turn on the notifications bell. And I'll see you in the next one for more eating. Bye bye.